Good morning, guys, and welcome to the Trash Picture Show. Guys, a few days back, I held a poll to see which of the figures the gorgeous Jen Mitchell sent me for Valentine's Day I would review. And this guy is the winner. This is the Marvel Legends Strange Tales Marvel's Dracula. Yes, Marvel actually had their own range of monsters. They took a spin on the classic Universal monsters and done their own versions. You have this version of Dracula, you have Werewolf by Night being obviously the Wolfman, and if you ask me, I think Simon Gart's The Zombie or Marvel Zombie is a shoe-in for Frankenstein's monster. So yeah, it was an interesting take. Obviously they couldn't use the Universal monsters because that would take a whole lot of wrangling with studios and such forth, so they made their own versions. Dracula was a really cool addition because as a result of Dracula, we got the character of Blade. Yes, Blade first turned up in The Tomb of Dracula issue 10 in 1973, and he became a big Marvel character in his own right. But Marvel tweaked Dracula a couple of times, and the most recent variant is this one. This is essentially a take on the Carpathian Knight, and he looks really fucking cool. He looks almost gypsy, Roman gypsy, with the hairstyle and the earrings, but the armor is really cool and really reminiscent of the Francis Ford Coppola Dracula, the accents, the red and stuff. And it makes sense as well to go with this because in Transylvania, Dracula is actually a folk hero. Sure, they do push the whole vampire element, but the fact is, to them, he's like their version of Michael Collins to the Irish. He is a folk hero and he defended his country against the Turks during a time of turmoil, and as a result he is considered a folk hero. But yeah, that's enough about Dracula. Let's have a look at the actual figure itself. So it's the Marvel Legends series and it's from the Strange Tales series. I already have two figures in this line. I have Lilith and I have Bloodstorm. So yeah, that's pretty cool that I got another edition. And Jen also sent me Brother Voodoo. So I'll have a nice segment of this collection. So nice windowed collector friendly box. Gotta love that. There is a nice image of Dracula there on the side and flip it to the back. And we have a blurb. The legendary vampire Vlad Dracula rules over the undead, spreading violence and terror on his quest for power. And there you have the picture of Dracula, and there are the other figures in the line. And yeah, that's pretty cool. I do like Dracula. I do like the different interpretations, be it Bela Lugosi, be it Frank Langella, be it Gary Oldman in Coppola's version. Every version of Dracula I have loved, bar the one live action version of Dracula in Blade Trinity. Dominic Purcell's hot fucking topic Dracula is so fucking shite. And it sucks because Dominic Purcell was actually a great actor. He was good in Prison Break and he was super fun in Legends of Tomorrow as Mick. But for some reason, they made him the most dull non-entity fucking character you could ever put to screen. So it really sucks that his first live action appearance was so fucking shite. That hot topic fucking Dracula. Oh my good fucking god. Yeah, but I'm having PTSD from that fucking movie. So yeah, guys, I'm going to pause the video here, and when I come back, we'll take Dracula out of the box and we'll have a closer look at this kick-ass figure. Don't go anywhere. I shall be right back. And we are back, and there is Drac out of his box. So first off, let's have a closer look at the figure. And I gotta say, I love the sculpting on this guy. From the armor to the cloak to the face, I like that expression. That is pretty fucking cool. And as I said before, the hairstyle and the earrings and stuff give a kind of gypsy Roma look to him. And in the armor, it reminds me of the Coppola movie. I do like that. Again, just the two solid colours on the actual body of the figure. That black and the red with a little accents of silver for the cloak there. But yeah, it is really nice and I just really like that sculpt on the face. Articulation wise, the head isn't super restricted because the hair can be moved, so you can get the head into some dynamic kind of poses. The hair is movable, so it isn't restricted by his ponytail, so that's good. There is some articulation here in the shoulder joints, but I will tell you the cape does restrict that to an extent. The arms do seem to have a double hinge joint, but they're restricted by the actual gauntlets here. But yeah, it's still a nice figure and it still looks the business. Again, I'll just show you on this arm as well. There's rotation at the elbow here and it can go up like that. There is articulation in the wrist. There is limited rotation at the waist. There's no crunch though, so that's going to be restrictive. I don't think you would get much anyway because of the cloak. Legs wise, he can do the Van Dams fairly well. There is a tie swivel, and again there is a double hinge joint here, but the cloak is going to restrict that to an extent. The figure doesn't feel too stiff. I like this. It's not too stiff and it's not too gummy. It's hit the sweet spot for articulation. There is a pivoting joint at the ankle and it can swivel. And yeah, you have this solid cloak cape here. Solid plastic. And it's nice as well. I like the detailing that it's been tattered in battle. Accessory wise, he does come with a secondary head, which I am really happy about. I got a Blade figure a few years back. It's a kick-ass figure, but it only has one facial expression. His fangs bared, and I so fucking wish they'd given a secondary head with a neutral expression. They did with this guy. They seem to have learned their lesson, and it is a really nicely sculpted head. Again, the Gypsy Roma look with the earrings and the ponytail, and the paintwork on the eyes is super nice, just like the other one. Hue around the eyes and an almost gold tint. It is really nicely sculpted, really nicely painted, and just like the first head, the ponytail, you can actually change its direction and it is actually articulated, so you can put his head into different poses and not worry about the ponytail restricting the movement of the head. He does come with one weapon as well, this really gnarly looking sword, and I like it. It looks very medieval but also very otherworldly. I like the dual serrated sides and I like the hilt as well. It just looks super gnarly and mean. And as well, the end here, I don't know what it is, but I like the fact they didn't finish the ring here, so it's pretty cool. And if you're wondering, there isn't really a sheath or anything, but one thing I would do with this guy, if I wanted to store the sword, there is a gap between the cape and the rest of the body, so I just push it back here and you could store it like that if you wanted to pose him but not have him holding the sword, so that's pretty cool. And lastly, he comes with these two fists, and yeah, again, really nice detailing on them. It really kind of shows the armor and the meanness of the armor. That's pretty cool. It's nice sculpting on it. So yeah guys, I'm going to pause the video here, and when I come back I'm going to compare Dracula to some other figures in the line. Don't go anywhere, I shall be right back. And we are back, and there is Dracula in my castle diorama. And let's put his nemesis, Eric Brooks aka Blade, next to him and see how he scales up. And yeah, he's a smidge taller than Blade. That is pretty cool. I like that. I like the fact he's still even bigger and more imposing than one of the biggest badasses in Marvel Comics. And so the ladies don't feel left out. Let's put his mutant acolyte next to him. Let's put Bloodstorm next to him and see how she scales up. And yeah, he's taller than her, and Storm is not short by any means. So yeah, again, really cool, imposing figure. And he's badass. Again, I like the whole Carpathian Knight look. I like the fact they have the Roma Gypsy look to him. And he's cool. He kicks ass. And I think he is better than the Blade figure in some ways, because we got an extra head with a neutral expression. Again, I'm so glad we just don't have a figure that is bearing his fans. Hell, even Bloodstorm got a neutral expression for her figure. I just wish they had done the same for Blade. But yeah, guys, what do you think of this figure? Do you think he kicks ass, or do you not like this interpretation of Dracula? If you don't like it, let me know in the comments, and let me know who is your favourite version of Dracula, and also, who's your favourite supernatural character in Marvel Comics? Leave that in the comments below as well. My name's Martin, this has been the Trash Picture Show, and yeah, have a good one, take care, bye now.
White on white, translucent black capes, back on the rack. Bela Lugos is dead, the bats have left the bell tower. The victims have been bled, red velvet lines, the black box. Bela Lugos is dead. Bela Lugos is dead, the bats have left the bell tower. The victims have been bled, red velvet lines, the black box. Bela Lugos is dead.